You know what, yeah, for those that don't know why violence occurs in life, yeah, there's a reason why, like, what I'll basically say is to that is Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela, guys like that used to fight for injustice, innit? So that's what the reason why violence occurs, because you feel like you can't change your fortunes and get the odds in your favor, innit? That's what violence is about. It's about, you know what? I feel like I'm being hard done by here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use another means that most people are not willing to go to get what I want to get. You understand? Now, not to say that's right or wrong, but what happened today is Michael Oliver decided that he was gonna start playing on new emotions of people. That's what he done. He started making when he sent Lewis Skelly off. Do you know what I thought? Like, that's why I'm so lucky I don't do watch-alongs, because in my head, the thoughts that are actually going through my head, I can't even say them on here. I can't even say the thoughts that are going through my head, because I'll just you think I'm a terrorist. Do you get me? Like, the end of the day, yeah, man has sent off Lewis Skelly. Yeah, the same man that said that you can't send off Kovacic, the same man that sent off Martinelli for 2 yellow cards, the same man that sent off Trossard after the kick against Man City when he kicked the ball 0.2 seconds after. He sent off Lewis Skelly for a foul, a professional foul, all the way in Wolves' box, yeah, and send him off, yeah. So in my head, I'm thinking, do you know how pissed off I was with Arteta? I was going ballistic. I said, bruv, they don't come out for the second half. How about that? These men are not coming out. If they come out for the second half, I am personally gonna go up to there. They cannot come out for the second half. When I'm sitting there watching the game, they come up for the second half. I lost my mind. I lost my mind, fam. Like, obviously Arsenal have won the game. I'm sitting there kind of cool and calm. I'm telling you now, I lost my mind. In my head, the things that are going through my head, I'm thinking, this guy, fam, you don't even. This is the reason why violence occurs, and this is the reason why people, like, someone tell me Michael Oliver is not corrupt. Go on, tell me he's not corrupt. Someone tell me Michael Oliver is not corrupt. How are you sending off Lewis Skelly for a professional foul in Wolves' box? How are you doing that? Not only that, I'm thinking, well, VAR is definitely going to overturn that, because I know for a fact when the foul was given and he gave a red card, I know all the people in VAR, you know, there's a line of them. They're all looking at each other like, whoa, what's he doing? That's not red, is it? I know that's what they must have been doing. So why didn't they just say, yo, bro, I don't know, fam. But you know why they didn't do that? Because they were thinking, yo, Michael Oliver's, there's obviously something else going on that we don't know, in it. So we best leave Michael Oliver to do his own thing, because there's something going on there. That's what's happened. Convince me otherwise. So this is the reason why, when people like to say and don't understand about real life and certain things in the real life world, why there's injustices and there's things happening, why people take it to extreme measures. This is the reason why. Because a man has sent off a man, and you're thinking, and the whole world is thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you trying to irk people? Are you trying to create issues in your real life? And no one knows what you're doing. You get paid by Abu Dhabi somewhere before. You're not sending off Man City players. You're sending off Arsenal players against Man City. You're sending off Martinelli twice. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Oh, you know how vexed I was with Arteta that he even brought the team out for the second half. I was going mad. That's why I'm so lucky I wasn't doing watch along, because the things I would have been saying live on camera, you would have thought there's something mentally unstable with this brother. I'm not subscribing to my man. I'm telling you that now. You lot, every single person that's subscribed to my channel would have said, I can't subscribe to this. He's unwell. I was thinking about the things I was saying. I was sitting there thinking, bro, I'm so lucky man weren't live. I'm so lucky Michael Oliver wasn't in front of me. This is what I'm saying. You're doing things that you're reaching a new part of the world. Man sending off Lewis Skelly. No one even knows what you're doing. You're in your own game. You're in your own world. And then what you'll do, we'll sit there online and we'll look around and we'll see Dermot Gallagher on his Sky Sports thing say, yeah, well, I mean, he did have no choice, he had no choice. You'll see Dermot, then you'll see Howard Webb come out with Michael Owen, and Michael Owen will sit there going, oh, so what do you think about that, Howard? What do you think about that? And Howard will be go, yeah, well, the thing is, and he'll start getting his look like, yes, good question. And he start doing all that shit. When the whole football world, anyone else watch football for 5 minutes knows that's a yellow card, standard yellow card. The whole football world's in shock. Like, what? What is there something that we're missing here? Is this allowed to continue? Is this allowed to go on? And when I said it at the beginning of the season, when he sent off Trossard and Chris Kavanagh sent off Declan Rice for that stupid little thing against Brighton with a kick that everyone kept saying, oh, you got discipline with your players. I said, it's going to happen to you lot as well. I said, for the greater good of football, everyone should be up in arms about this, for the greater good of football. Now, Arsenal ended up winning the game, but we got Lewis Skelly, red card. Not only is he red card, it's violent conduct. He misses 3 games. Can you believe that? Man's missing 3 games because of what happened today in the trip. How can you trip up a man? You're meant to get a yellow card and he gets a red card. Straight red for violent conduct. Lucky I weren't live. Lucky I weren't live. And this is what people say to me all the time. Man say, yo, sometimes when I'm live and I'm on stream and certain things, the man them are saying to me, yo, you gotta be careful, make sure you don't drink on stream or make sure you don't say something because man's really been outside for real. And man is saying, yo, just be careful with a little few things that man say, or even the little nuances that man use. Just be careful with it, you get me? So lucky man weren't live because I would have been saying, I would have had to delete everything. I was saying all types of stuff. Let me get into. I can't even analyze the team. I'm gonna get into player ratings. I can't even analyze the team because the team ended up winning. They done well. They showed grit in that today. You get me? They showed grit today, but man can't even analyze them because it's pure injustice that's going on. Man don't deal with no foolishness. You get me? If there's foolishness, you got up in the arm and you deal with it. That's what man does. That's what man do. Man gonna go and decide that you're gonna go and send off Lewis Skelly, a little kid that's tripped up a man. He's played brilliantly anyway. You trip up a man and you done now. What you doing, man? Anyway, Raya had a wicked game today still because Raya, he kept us calm. But you know, I'm starting to understand what Arteta really need. I knew before, but Raya keeps us calm, man. Like he doesn't flap about. He doesn't panic. There's no mayhem. There's no nonsense. He makes 1 or 2 mistakes once in a blue moon. Who doesn't? He does not mess about, this guy. Like, there's no faffing about for him, man. He's just such a calm goalkeeper and gets everything sorted. So Raya gets an 8 for me because he was brilliant. His kicking was good. He was brilliant. Timber was good as well. Showed a lot of grit today, man. He got stamped on as well. He was getting pushed around. Timber was good as well, fam. Like he gets an 8 as well. Timber was good today, man. Another thing as well, I don't want Cunha either for 80 million. He wasn't good either. I don't hear nothing about no Cunha. Because today I watched him, but I actually made sure I had a microscope on him to say, let me look at you today. Passes are off. I can see what he does. He shoots a lot and he gets around and stuff. I thought he was stronger than that as well. Saliba was just bullying him. He passes a lot and he misplaces a lot of passes. No, thank you. Move on to the next. But anyway, well, not move on to the next, but not for 80 million. No, move on to the next. Don't want him. But yeah, Saliba was good as well. From them, the whole defense was good. Like Wolves had nothing. They couldn't do with us today. Saliba gets an 8, Gabriel gets an 8, and what's his name? Lewis Skelly was good today as well. It was nothing wrong with him. And even Calafiori, when Calafiori come on, because Lewis Skelly got sent off, obviously, he was good as well. So Calafiori gets an 8 because Calafiori gets a 9 because he was wicked when he come on and we had 10 men. Then he scored. So he gets a 9. Lewis Skelly gets a 7 or an 8. I'm not too sure because he got sent off, but it wasn't his fault. So he gets a 7. Midfield, Declan Rice, bad boy today. Again, Declan Rice was brilliant today. We weren't really creating nothing in the first. We created more when we had 10 men. Declan Rice gets a 8 as well. Do you know what? It's probably too high, but they get 8 because when they went down to 10 men, they were still dictating the whole game. So Declan Rice gets an 8. Partey was the man today, fam. Like him in the middle was too much. He gets an 8 as well. Partey was brilliant today in there, fam. Waneri, he was in Odegaard. Odegaard was out today. Waneri had a bad game, man. He has a poor game. Do you know what he is? When Saka's not playing, you feel like, oh, we miss Saka. Saka's our main player. When Odegaard's not playing, you realize, oh, we need Odegaard, man. When Odegaard don't play, there's no link. Waneri's a final third player. He's like, for those that don't actually know exactly how he plays, he's like another Palmer. Like, he's a final third player. But Odegaard is our link, man. He's like consistently our link, man. So when he's not playing, you can feel the difference. Even though Waneri does nice 1-2s and then it's through on goal, you can feel like, oh, he's a special player. He can do that, but it kind of ruins our flow and our system a bit. So Waneri he didn't have a great game. Like, I think he's better on the right because he doesn't have to be as mature. When you're in the middle, you got to be a bit more mature. And he's trying a lot of flicks and tricks to get through players at the wrong time. But when you're on the right, you can do that. So he had a bad game today. Waneri gets a 5 today, man. He had a bad game. Martinelli on the right is awful. It doesn't work. Don't know why we keep. To me, at one point, I was thinking, why don't you shift them? Put Trossard in the middle, Martinelli left, and put Waneri right. That's what I was thinking at the time. Martinelli on the right is awful. It's awful. He gets a 6, man. He was awful. 5, gets a 5. He was awful today. Awful. Trossard was better than them today. Trossard gets a 6 and a bit. Like, he was okay today. He wasn't that good, giving the ball away like he always does, but he was a bit better today. Like, he was giving Semedo a bit more problems because he kept doing all these nice little dink crosses. A few of them that he kept crossing in. So he was good today, man. In fact, he gets a 7 actually because he created a few chances that Havertz probably should have scored and stuff. Havertz, how many chances does Havertz want, man? How many chances? Havertz should have had a hat trick today. How many chances do you want, my guy? And his hold up play was awful today. The ball kept coming to him and he kept losing it. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Havertz gets a 6 today. He was doing my head in, man. We should have been about 3-0 up because of him. He missed. How many chances does this guy need, man? I mean, he's a good player, but he's not. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit harsh to keep criticizing him, but it's like, bro, you had 4 great chances today. You got to score these goals, bro. You get me? Arteta made the right subs when he brought Calafiori on. He took Waneri off. It was a brilliant sub, man. So Arteta gets an 8 because Arteta, I was thinking take the players off, and he didn't. He said, no, I'm going to bring them out. You lot go win the game. We still got a league to win, and that's why he's manager and I'm not, because I'm going home. Big man thing. I'm telling them to go home. Everyone's thinking, what are you doing? I'm going home. We're all going home. You lot come off the pitch. We're going. I'm dealing with this. You get me? I don't want to lose my mind. So yeah, that's my take on it.